Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we're learning more details after a 72-year-old Whitley County woman died during the winter storm. And sources tell CBS News that a Border Patrol commander and some federal agents are expected to pack up and leave Minneapolis soon.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino here with you on this Tuesday, January 27th. The time is now 4:59. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I was driving to work, looked down at my dash, and it said 5 degrees.
Yeah, it's rough out there. Yeah, I can't even do 5 degrees.
I don't remember the last time I've seen temperatures this low.
I don't think I ever have seen temperatures this low. It's awful outside, guys, and that's why we're under an extreme cold warning for many folks across eastern Kentucky, primarily our western edge, and as we're heading into more of our higher elevation communities in Harlan and Letcher counties. And if you're not under that extreme cold, you're not out of the clear, you're still in a cold weather advisory for those very chilly temperatures in the mid single digits. And we're going to continue seeing temperatures to drop over the next couple of hours before that sun rises. But let's talk about those feels like temperatures. While it may feel like it may be 5 degrees in Hazard, it feels like -8 degrees. Feels like -8 in Moorhead, -1 in Prestonsburg and Pikeville. And the coldest city right now, it feels like -12 in Wise. And that's what we're dealing with over the course of the next several hours. A lot of folks feeling like the negative digits this morning. So bundle up, wear those several layers this morning. As we get towards the afternoon, there's a lot of improvement. Starting to see a chance for people to get above freezing. 33, 1 degree above freezing is the forecast high in Manchester, and 36 is the forecast high in Jacksboro, which is still cold, but definitely an improvement, McKinley.
All right, thank you, Megan. We're learning more details after a 72-year-old Whitley County woman died during the winter storm. Betty Veach's son says her mother died Sunday at Baptist Health Corbin after slipping and falling on ice near her home. He says Veach suffered a head injury and later died at the hospital. He also says his mother has been battling dementia, and the dangerous conditions added to the family's concerns.
And told me there was fracture back here, and showed all the blood around her brain, and started having me make all these decisions.
Her funeral is scheduled for Thursday at 2 following the visitation. Arrangements are being handled by Harp Funeral Home in Jellicoe, Tennessee. And here is a look at the power situation as a whole in Kentucky. About 28,000 customers are still without power. That's down from more than 70,000 on Sunday. As you can see, the outages are mostly in south central Kentucky. And if you've heard a loud boom or cracking sound during this deep freeze, you're not imagining things. Some people across the area are reporting it. Turns out there's a name for it. These frost quakes happen when water soaked into the ground rapidly freezes and expands. The pressure builds, causing the frozen soil to crack with a loud popping sound, similar to a small earthquake. While startling, frost quakes are generally harmless, though the extreme cold that causes them can be dangerous. There are still many homes in southern Kentucky that do not have power last night. About 6,000 customers remain without power in Pulaski County alone. With temperatures becoming very dangerous and as the power restoration continues, shelters have been set up across the region. WYMT's Phil Pendleton was at a warming shelter in Somerset.
About a dozen people have come here to the shelter at the Center for Rural Development. They've come to the back part of the building and gone inside to find a warm place to stay. The shelter was set up Sunday morning about the same time that thousands of people began to lose power in this county. With everything frozen outside, it began feeling the same way inside for some Pulaski County folks.
We just got bitter cold. It was ice cold. Our noses got cold. Our bodies got cold. We just couldn't take it no more.
There were a dozen or so who took advantage of the shelter at the Center for Rural Development.
And what we're offering is someplace for people to get out of the cold to be able to charge phones if they don't have electricity themselves, to keep them safe and to keep them fed.
So as the temperatures head downhill once more, local officials say they're doing all they can to make it easier for everyone.
But right now we're just having a lot of status checks, checking on people. We have a lot of homes without electric and a lot of elderly.
And it's so cold, the salt's not working real well. About 15, 16 degrees, but we're still salting and grading the best we can. It's just hard to cut the ice off.
There are also shelters set up at the New Life Church in Ferguson, also fire departments in Nancy, Mountain Victory, Burnside, and Ferguson. The Pulaski County Sheriff also told me that someone will come and get you and bring you to one of the shelters if you have no other way of getting there yourself. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The outages have fluctuated frequently in Pulaski County. You can track the status on the South Kentucky RECC website. And you might be tempted to crank up the heat this week, but LG&E is asking families to try to conserve energy. The utility company says with these cold temperatures, heating systems are working overtime and putting a strain on the electric grid. Simple things can help, like turning off lights and appliances, lowering your thermostat, and limiting uses of your dishwasher and washer and dryer. LG&E did not say how long customers would need to reduce their intake. 3 tech giants are preparing to defend their impact on young users in a trial that starts today. A mother and daughter are suing TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook's parent company, Meta. They claim the addictive features on the apps harmed their teens' mental health and led to self-harm. Many families and experts have similar concerns. The tech companies say they've addressed those worries with new safety features and policies. This week's trial could impact more than 1,000 similar cases. And sources tell CBS News that a Border Patrol commander and some federal agents are expected to pack up and leave Minneapolis soon. It comes after 2 U.S. citizens, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, were shot and killed by federal agents in less than 3 weeks of each other. President Trump has sent border czar Tom Homan to the state as his administration faces intense backlash over statements made by key officials immediately after Preddy's death.
People are losing faith that the federal government can be capable of enforcing federal law and doing it professionally and without widespread constitutional violations.
On social media, the president said he had good calls with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry Monday, announcing his border czar Tom Homan will now coordinate with the state and local officials on the ground. Tax season is here and many Americans could see higher refunds this year. The Treasury Department estimates they will average $1,000 more per household. That is because many filers didn't adjust their withholdings when recent income tax breaks began. A new law boosts the individual standard deduction by $750,000 and by twice that for married couples. It also expands state and local tax deductions and gives a new break to some seniors. The price of gold has crossed a threshold never seen before. Gold prices surged past $5,000 an ounce for the first time. Analysts say the spike in price comes amid worries that President Donald Trump is upending relations between the United States and its allies in Europe and Canada. That is causing investors to stick with a reliable asset like gold. So far this year, the price of gold has jumped 15%. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, meet a meteorologist in training covering this winter storm. That's next in The Good Side.
And we're continuing to track those cold temperatures throughout the week.